I woke up to my phone buzzing at 2 a.m., the screen glowing with her name. My heart sank before I even answered. Something about the time. It wasn't unusual for work calls. But her voice, that soft, familiar voice, had a strange edge to it. "Don't worry," she said, almost hurriedly but calm like she had rehearsed it. "Don't worry about what?" I asked, groggy and confused. There was a pause. Then, faint but unmistakable, a man's voice laughed in the background. My chest tightened. "Who is that?" I whispered, my voice shaking. "Oh, just someone at the bar. I'll call you later, okay?" "Go back to sleep," she replied. I didn't sleep that night. The days that followed were a blur of missed calls and awkward excuses. She said she was stressed at work, that her colleagues needed her late. But I started noticing things I hadn't before. The way her phone would buzz and she'd step away. The sudden laughter that didn't feel like it belonged to our home. The text she left open when I walked in. I told myself I was imagining it, that I was being paranoid. I wanted to believe her. I wanted to trust her. But the doubt kept gnawing at me. One afternoon while she was in the shower, a notification popped up on her laptop. A chat window I'd never seen before. Her work friend, she called him. Casual messages at first, harmless. "Haha, you're funny. Can't wait to see you." But the tone shifted, the laughter turning intimate. The words folded with something that wasn't just friendship. I closed the laptop, heart hammering, trying to tell myself I was overreacting. But every memory suddenly felt like a lie. The way she kissed me in the morning. The way she'd laugh at my stupid jokes. The late nights working overtime. Then came the weekend. She needed space. She said she was going out with friends, insisted I shouldn't worry. But that night I remembered the voice on the phone. The strange energy in her messages. I waited. My gut twisted in knots. She came home late, and I confronted her. I tried to stay calm, but my voice cracked. "Who's he?" I said, holding back tears. Her face went pale. She didn't deny it. Not at first. Instead, she tried to explain. "It's not what you think," she said. Her eyes were wet. "I didn't want to hurt you. I didn't know how to tell you." I wanted to scream, to throw everything around, to break the silence that had been poisoning me for weeks. But I didn't. I just listened. She told me how it had started innocently, with drinks after work, conversation that lingered longer than it should. How her loneliness, our distance, made her vulnerable. How it never meant more than what it did at the time. But the words blurred, a mixture of confession and justification, each one cutting deeper. I remember sitting there, numb, while the person I loved turned into someone I didn't recognize. Every laugh, every shared memory, every quiet moment we'd had together. It all felt fragile like glass. I wanted to ask why, to demand answers, but the truth had already settled, heavy and suffocating. I didn't yell. I didn't beg. I just left the room, feeling like I was leaving a part of myself behind. The days after were quiet, but the silence was deafening. I moved through our home like a ghost, haunted by memories that once brought joy. I couldn't hate her, not completely, because love doesn't switch off so easily. But I couldn't ignore what she had done either. Trust had been fractured, and nothing I could say would glue it back together. In the end, it wasn't anger that made me walk away. It was clarity. I needed to find myself again, to rebuild a life that wasn't built on whispers and lies. I packed my things slowly, letting the reality sink in. She watched silently, guilt heavy in her eyes. There was no dramatic goodbye, no pleading. Just a quiet understanding that some breaks can't be mended, no matter how much we want them to. As I closed the door behind me for the last time, I felt a mix of heartbreak and relief. I had loved deeply and I had been hurt, but I also realized that heartbreak doesn't define you. It teaches you. It reminds you that respect and trust are sacred, and that walking away can sometimes be the bravest act of love, not for someone else but for yourself. And in that quiet, lonely drive away from the house that was once my home, I finally let myself breathe again.